Are you looking for a gift idea to encourage your loved one to follow their dreams? Maybe you're looking for a new inspiring book for yourself to read on the beach or cottage this summer. Well, if so, today I'm sharing with you one of my personal favorite books that I own and have given actually to both of my kids upon their high school graduation. I love it so much that I actually read it once a year, and I may even refer to it throughout the year as well if I'm looking for some inspiration. And it has a very special place on my bookshelf. The book is called The Alchemist. Maybe you've heard of it. The Alchemist is full of wisdom and valuable lessons that can inspire us to live more purposeful and meaningful lives. It also can help us in ditching the guilt and tuning in to what our heart is saying is the direction that we should go. Throughout the story in the book, the main character's journey teaches us to trust the journey, to follow our dreams, follow our heart. If you haven't heard about the book, highly recommend it, and I hope this episode today will just give you a little bit of an introduction of what the book is all about, and maybe you might want to pick it up the next time you're looking for a new book to read. So, come on in. It's time to choose happy. Are you ready to stop the negative thoughts and live your life free of the limiting stories and fear that stands in your way of living a happy life? Hey girlfriend, welcome to the Choose Happy with Marie show. I am so happy you're here. My name is Marie, and for the majority of my life, I lived with negative thoughts that was often labeled as depression. My breakthrough happened when I broke free from the negative thoughts, and I learned the power of choosing happy. In this podcast, you will learn positive self-talk using affirmations aligned with healthy habits, tangible ideas to connect with yourself, to finally figure out what makes you really happy, and everyday living solutions that can help guide you in living a happy life. It's time to get off the hamster wheel of everyday living and intentionally living our life one choose happy choice at a time. Come on in. We are choosing happy. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I'm trying not to be affected by all this rain that we're getting where I live. And that's been a bit challenging for me because I do find that my mood gets affected when we have just consistently gray clouds. But I'm tapping into like my choose happy arsenal of ideas of how to cheer myself up. So actually, one of those things that I do, I was just talking to a listener actually before recording this episode, and I was sharing with her how I often tap into my wardrobe actually to help cheer me up. And I don't know if you've heard about this before, and I will do an episode about this. I was just telling her that I should do this. That colors, really do have an impact in how we feel. So I've been tapping into putting on clothes that are brighter colors, and I do find that that does help me. So in case if you're listening to this first thing in the morning and you're like, how do I cheer myself up right now? Maybe go into your wardrobe and pick up something, decide to wear something that makes you happy, something in one of your favorite colors, and maybe that might help pivot your mindset towards positivity when you're wearing something that you feel beautiful in. And there you go. Start your day in that way. All right, I digressed a little bit. Back to the topic of the show. I started thinking about sharing with you this book, The Alchemist book, because I'm giving it to my daughter's boyfriend as he's navigating, a little bit of something with regard to his university pathway, trying to figure out, what he really wants to do. So I thought to give him that book, and then I thought, well, why don't I share that with my listeners? And so here I am. So maybe if you're interested in this book, if you haven't read it yet, as I mentioned at the introduction of the show, absolutely love this book. I read it every year, and I turn to it whenever I feel I need a little bit of encouragement to just, feel better about either a choice that I have to make or a choice that I've made, and how I can trust myself to follow that choice that I felt guided to make. Let's dig in. So what is this book, The Alchemist, all about? All right, here we go. Okay. I'll try not to make today's episode too long, but it's going to be maybe a little longer because I do want to share with you about the book. So it's about a main character who is a Spanish shepherd boy. His name is Santiago. He travels from his home to Andalusia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. To the pyramids in Egypt. So his home is in Andalusia and he's traveling to the pyramids in Egypt in search of the treasure of his dreams. And it's about following his personal legend. And the book talks about what is a personal legend. On his journey across the Saharan desert, Santiago meets several characters who help guide him and give him advice. Santiago eventually realizes that the treasure he seeks is not actually buried at the Egyptian pyramids that he's been traveling for, but in his very own hometown in Spain, where he then returns and finds the hidden treasure. So that's just an overall summary of the journey that you would read about when you read the book. So my two key takeaways from this book, it was hard because there's like so many takeaways, but there were two things that really stood out for me. And the first one was the book refers to a personal legend. And this is revealed through the character of the king, that everyone has what he calls a personal legend. A personal legend is referred to as your calling in your life, which is often felt as a passion that's drawing you toward it. Each one of us is drawn to something and it's unique to us. No two people, even two sisters or two brothers, have the same calling. It's about the thing that you most dream of doing in your life. It's the constant dream that keeps reappearing in your life at different stages of your life over years. And you may have felt this pull in your childhood. The book goes on to explain how when we're children, we are more in tune with the spiritual realm and are not afraid to dream big. But then the pull subsides as we grow older and we become conditioned to live according to society's expectations. I'm going back to my term of society. Some of us may even reject our calling. That may have happened to you. I know it was happening to me. I was believing that, or maybe with regard to yours as well, believing that what we're feeling called to do is not achievable. Or maybe it feels unrealistic given where you are in your life right now. And it could be from just the pressures that we're feeling from society. Society telling us that this is the way we are to behave right now in this season of our life. So we may not see the possibility of following our calling because it just may not make sense in the season of life that we're in. And that could be, by the way, too. The king goes on to say that, yes, everyone's dream is realizable. I'm not sure I'm saying that word right. At any time, like sometimes we have a season of life that we can't pursue things, but that if we don't pursue it, the universe will continue bringing it up in your life. But that if you do start pursuing it, then the universe will work with you to help you achieve it. We may have to make sacrifices, but that in the end, it would be worth it because we're following our dream, our unique calling. So that is the personal legend concept that the book is built around. And I love to give this book to others because sometimes we're turning to others all the time for advice, for telling us what to do with our life. And yes, those individuals, those mentors, they can give us advice, but always remember the advice that the person is giving is based on the life that they are living or have lived. And no two people live identical lives. So they can give it from a place of kindness and wanting to help, genuine wanting to help. But in the end, you are the only one who knows what is your calling. You are the only one who knows your personal legend. And my second key takeaway from the book is love needs freedom. In the story, Santiago tells the alchemist about his desire to pursue his personal legend, but also of his reluctance to do so because he's fallen in love. The alchemist, who he meets on his journey, warns him against staying back, even if he could have a good life with his future wife. He goes on to say that, yes, they could be happy together, but that over time, if he ignores the pull towards following his personal legend, the universe's signs will gradually fade. And then he may find himself feeling resigned and living the rest of his life knowing he never did follow through on his calling. I'll let you read the book so that you can find out what happens with him and Fatima. So it's a great book. It truly is, and it's an easy story to read. I really hope just introducing you to the book may inspire you to pick it up when you're at the bookstore and just take a look at it. There is a quote that I'd like to share with you. It goes as follows. If a person is living out his personal legend, he knows everything he needs to know. He or she, but in the book it says he. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, and that is the fear of failure. Here are 3 questions I'd like you to ponder. Number 1, what if each of us already has everything we need to fulfill our destiny? Number 2, what if we don't need certifications to validate us? And number 3, what if we are already equipped with everything we need, but we just don't know it? How would we show up in living our life if we took these approaches? We are the ones who are standing in our own way of living our dreams and being the best possible version of ourselves. I know that it can be hard to grasp if you're in a difficult situation. And yes, that can be really hard to navigate out of it. Maybe we feel fear of the unknown. That can be an obstacle, and it can be a big one. Everything else is circumstantial. We can overcome debilitating fear. How? Santiago's journey tells us to not give up on our dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may seem at that moment in time. Go within, listen to your gut, your intuition, your heart. Tap into your power within. Let it help you find the courage to go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Your dreams are unique to you. That's why you can't really ask someone else for their opinion on what you should do, because they're not living your life. You are. They can only advise as it relates to their experience. Trust yourself. Even if you just take the first step, it all begins with a first step. Maybe it begins with a telephone call to someone. Maybe it's about taking a course. It just starts with the first step. It's like a staircase. You take the first step, and then the next step will appear. You'll take that step and the next step. But you can't let fear stand in your way. So why does it make a good gift? Well, if I haven't convinced you so far, it's an easy read. It takes about, I think, 4 hours to read. It's 179 pages. I was just looking at my book. Story type of reading. It's motivational, positive. It's also available in audio format. I really enjoyed the audio format, by the way. That's truly special to hear it as audio, but the written book is quite good as well. Book reviews is something new I'm offering here on the show, so I'd love to hear if you like this kind of idea. Is this helpful to you? Because I love to read, love to read. I'm always reading every day. any moment of the day that I can read, I love to read because I just love to gain knowledge and learn different ways of doing things. So let me know if you'd like me to do more book reviews on the show, and if there's any specific book you would like me to read with regard to, choosing happy. It needs to be related to the topic. I would love to do it for you. So just send me an email. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. So a friendly reminder before I go, there are 2 resources available to you from Choose Happy. The first one is our Facebook community. I post motivational, helpful posts a few times a week. So if you're looking for a little bit of inspiration as you start your day and you hang out on Facebook, you're welcome to join us there. The link will be in the show notes. And the second resource I have for you is a free morning routine checklist. If you do find yourself wondering how you can make your mornings better, like if you just get out of bed and you're thinking doom and gloom right from the beginning, your mornings do not have to be that way. They can actually be really nice mornings where you take the time for you. So if you're looking for some ideas of what could be part of a healthy morning routine, do check out this checklist, and the link is in the show notes. I hope you liked today's episode. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being with me on this journey of choosing happy. Until next time, continue choosing happy, and that includes following your dreams. Cheers! I hope today's episode empowered you to choose happy as you live your upcoming week. If so, please take a minute and share this episode with a family or friend who could benefit from it. I'd also love it if you could take 30 seconds and leave a review on your podcast app. Just scroll down and you'll see the space to leave a review. Doing this helps the show be found by others who are also looking to break free from negative thoughts and live a happy life. Remember to sign up to become a Choose Happy member to receive free resources as they become available. Link is in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Take good care and see you next week.